This news update is brought to you by
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Monday, September 15th, 2014. I'm Carol Williams. Good morning. Government is moving to set up an Ebola Isolation Unit in St. Michael. Health Minister John Boyce told a Christchurch South Branch meeting of the Democratic Labour Party held at the St. Lawrence Primary School last evening that this is a part of government's stepped-up campaign to deal with the virus.
I need to assure you that as a ministry, as your minister, we are working to set in place a regime in Barbados that in the event that there is incidence of Ebola virus disease, we can effectively and safely manage the situation.
Education Minister Ronald Jones has blasted the media, accusing some members of concocting stories and sensationalizing issues. He leveled charges at a St. James South constituency meeting of the Democratic Labour Party last evening, where he said he's disappointed and shocked that the media reported on a private meeting he held with officials in his ministry and educators 2 weeks ago, prior to the start of the new academic year. Minister Jones says journalists need to be properly trained to reflect journalistic decency, and he's suggesting that there's a sinister motive afoot. The minister told the meeting that they've identified the person who recorded the session, though he was clear it wasn't a school principal. He says that individual will be dealt with.
I know who the individual is, though, and I'll tell you, it's not a principal. I felt proud that it was not one of the people who we asked to lead our young people, who recorded our meeting and shared it. We know who the culprit is. And I will be asking that that individual never return around a meeting that I have. Decency should be at the foundation, the bedrock of what we as human beings do. I know you might want to get something, you want to scoop somebody. And I've always been scared of the word scoop.
Meantime, the minister has defended his ministry's handling of the award of bursaries to students at the Capeville campus of the University of the West Indies. He says the issue could not have been dealt with any sooner, since the application process only closed on August 12th.
I would have loved them to have started in June, because you had time to quickly, really work through it. If you needed money to say to the Minister of Finance, I need an extra million, I need an extra 500,000, or I need an extra 250, whatever, to help the vulnerable. And we have to do that. I'm not out to lie. We have to ask for a little help to get those people through the university. But the system has to work. You can't beat me to the ground because you want it to work faster than it can work. We've been working reasonably well with the University of the West Indies, particularly at Cave Hill, to make sure that once persons are in and we've identified the name and they're going to benefit from the bursary, this person will get a bursary. And we will go through that process and notify you once a few things are set out. Why are you running me down every time you see me when they get the bursary? Not the people, but the media. When they get the people the bursary? Come on.
In other news now, the prices of gasoline and diesel have gone down. It now costs 10 cents less for a litre of gasoline and 5 cents less for diesel. Effective midnight, motorists began paying $3.50 per litre for gasoline and $2.75 per litre for diesel. The price of kerosene remained unchanged at $1.80 per litre.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
And in sports, a 5-wicket haul by Kemar Roach yesterday gave West Indies full command at the end of the second day of the second and final test at Groseley in St. Lucia. The visitors were on 104 for 7. That's 276 runs behind West Indies, 380 all out from earlier in the day. To the region now, it's his first day on the job. Dr. Carl Williams takes up the post of Jamaica's police chief today, replacing Owen Ellington, who retired at the end of June. Dr. Williams becomes the 28th Commissioner of Police in the 149th year history of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. He steps into the top post as the nation records a 15% drop in murders, which now stand at almost 700 since the start of the year. On the international scene, 19 people have been arrested in Uganda following the seizure of large amounts of explosives during raids on suspected Al-Shabaab militants. Authorities said the terrorist cell was planning to carry out imminent attacks in the capital, Kampala. Uganda has been on high alert since Al-Shabaab's leader was killed in a U.S. airstrike in Somalia earlier this month. Last week, the U.S. Embassy in Kampala warned of possible revenge attacks against U.S. targets in response to the airstrike in early September. And the U.S. yesterday lifted its warnings after saying it believed the immediate threat of an Al-Shabaab attack has been effectively countered. And that brings us to the end of our 7 a.m. Barbados Today update. We'll be back again at noon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and email updates, or better yet, like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you for the latest news and sports. I'm Carol Williams. Have a wonderful day.
This news update is brought to you by